I say what's up, CG
No,
family.
you're
Welcome
saying...
back to another episode of
okay.
What is up, CG family?
Welcome back to another video.
And today we're going to be discussing the pros and the cons of a chrome wrap.
Let's get right onto it. All right, let's start off with the 5 pros. So first one being very obvious and clear, the amount of attention it gets. I kid you guys not, it gets the same amount of attention as a Lamborghini or Ferrari does, or if not even more. Wherever you go, there's pictures getting taken of you, and at gas stations, people are always stopping by asking you what that even is. Is it paint or a wrap? This leads us to the next point Grant's about to make.
The next point on the list is marketing. It's very similar to attention, but with marketing, you take that attention and put it towards your advantage. If you have a business, if you have a Instagram, Facebook, or some sort of YouTube channel that you want to promote and advertise, a chrome car is the perfect opportunity to do that because you can put your handles on your car, and people, when they take pictures and share those pictures, those handles and your username and channel and business is also getting shared at the same time. So it's basically free advertising.
Right, pro number 3. So just like any other vinyl wrap or wrap in general, it offers a extra coating of paint protection. So when you're driving far or just driving in general, it prevents from rock chipping in the front, and also elements such as salt, grease, and grime.
All right, and the 4th point is the fact that it is cheaper than paint. If you wanted to get your car painted a pearl color, that would be thousands and thousands of dollars. This wrap right here was probably anywhere from $300 to $600 if you're planning to install it yourself, but then it is probably about $2,000 to $3,000 to get it wrapped. But just the material itself is very cheap, so it is a lot cheaper than getting your car painted.
All right, pro number 5. So this car looks a lot more expensive than it actually is with the chrome wrap. So you could probably turn around and sell this car for a little bit more than what you would initially have sold it for without the wrap.
They're both staring.
Literally our point.
Both of them were looking like this out their window. So those were the pros.
And now let's move on to the 5 cons.
And the first con is also the first pro, that is the attention. It kind of doubles as both. Obviously, attention is good in some cases, but in other cases, attention is bad. Let's say you're having a rough day, you just need to get out on a drive, and you're having a breakdown or whatever it is, and somebody goes, "Hey dude, I love the car, what is it, a Rapid?" Blah, blah, blah,
and then you just start crying.
And
then you just start crying.
Right now, like you don't want to be to them, but you are being pretty mean because you're having a bad day.
Con number 2. So if you guys are installing this yourself, you will find out that this is a lot harder to work with and more difficult than regular vinyl wrap. You do have to seam it in more places, and it's a little bit more stingy to work with. When you want to use a heat gun, you have to use it a certain way. So watching a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials does help, but it also is a little bit more time consuming than regular non-chrome vinyl wrap.
Point number 3 for cons, you are definitely more likely to get pulled over. Now, it depends on your state's restrictions for paint. I checked with my local law enforcement and they said there is no restrictions against this in particular paint color for Michigan. But right now we're in Arizona and I have not checked that. But my point is, as you can see on the ground, the car is literally reflecting its paint right onto the ground. Now, that can be blinding to drivers, and a lot of cops may make up laws that aren't actually enforced in that state and say that it's an illegal color, such as California. I'm pretty sure that this would be illegal in California. So just be cautious of that.
And con number 4. So this wrap in particular, chrome wrap, scratches really easily. I mean, like one little microfiber wash and you can see the scratch right away. So you definitely have to be way more careful with it. Obviously you cannot see it from afar, but when you look at it as certain glares from the sun, you could see it a lot.
And the 5th and final con is the price. I know that I said that wrap in particular is a lot cheaper than paint for a pro, but chrome wrap is a little bit more expensive than normal wrap is, especially if you want to have it installed. It's such a pain to install and work with that companies who do install wrap will generally charge you more to install a chrome wrap, just because it's that much more hard to work with. One more little bonus con is that it is harder to wash than a normal wrap. Obviously Christina's 350Z is matte, and with matte you just have to wipe it down, but this, since it does scratch easy and it leaves a lot of residue behind, it's pretty hard to clean. It may seem there are more cons than pros. It may seem that the cons may outweigh the pros, but it just depends on which cons and which pros you value more. For us, we really valued the attention, not trying to sound like, stuck up or full of ourselves. But we valued the attention in a chrome wrap because we have a YouTube channel and we thought that it would make for great content, and we thought you guys would like to see a chrome wrap. So that's what we valued more than scratches, more than the dingy look and the seam lines. So it really just depends.
And that's it for today's video. Here were the 5 pros and 5 cons plus extra 1 con for this chrome wrap. And hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helped anyone who is considering a chrome wrap for their car.
So we'll catch you guys on our next video. Stay tuned. A lot of content coming your way, including Barrett-Jackson, the biggest car collection / car auction in the world.
And don't forget to comment down anything we did miss about the pros and cons in this chrome wrap. And we'll catch you guys later. Peace out.